Before we get started, we would like to take a moment to address the horrific mass shooting that took place in our city, Louisville, Kentucky, on April 10th. Words can't come close to expressing our sympathy for the family members of the victims in this senseless and preventable crime. We would like to thank everyone who reached out to us to check on our safety. In honor of the victims, we are pausing Fan Favorite this week and donating to the Brady Campaign, an organization that supports sensible gun laws such as banning assault weapons, background checks, and outlawing 3D printed firearms. In the words of our former fan favorite, Melissa, we deserve communities free of gun violence, and this is a good place to start.
Let me tell you a story.
Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin the Believer.
Hey, hey, hey.
How's it going?
It's going good. If you notice, I'm being an octave lower to try to stay quieter because we're at my house tonight. My husband has to work third shift this week, which is yay. So,
Welcome to the life.
oh yeah, I don't know how you do it. I really don't. I need my husband here to order him around a whole lot more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I'm like, you get in on, come on, dude, bedtime. Let's do
Oh, to
this.
order your son around, your kids.
No, I need to order my husband around. Like when it's just me and I have to do all on my own, I don't have anybody else to go, come on, dude, get in the game. I'm like, oh, I'm in charge of the whole game.
Oh, yeah.
I have to
Yeah.
do bedtime all by myself. No, I don't like to do that. I like to say, hey,
You like to
hey,
delegate.
I like to delegate. I say, hey, you want to do bath or you want to do dishes? You pick. I don't care which one. And I don't care. I really don't care. But I'm not doing both.
Yeah.
So get in, pitch in, do something. But when he's gone, I'm like, oh shit, I got to do it all.
Yeah, that does suck. I will agree with
Yeah,
you there.
I don't know how you do that. Yeah, notice I didn't say like, I love how he just freely and supportively pitches in all the time. That's gone. No, no,
Right?
no. I have to delegate.
Yeah. I don't want TikTok to be my personality, and it is. It's just so darn relatable.
Yeah, listen, I kind of have gotten on the TikTok
I know,
train
and
this
it's
week.
awful.
I
It's
know.
not awful because I'm like, whatever, conspiracy. Who's spying on me? I don't care about that.
Oh,
I could care less about that bullshit.
well, here's my thing about that. And we said this to dad because he was like, get off that TikTok,
The Chinese are spying on you.
they really might be,
Sure.
but what are you gonna see in my
Yeah. You got
house?
nothing
In
here.
my house,
Nobody cares what I'm doing.
like I definitely think that anybody with top secret information,
Yeah. Don't be on TikTok.
they're not allowed to have TikTok anywhere near their phone.
That is such a good call. Yeah.
But
Which
with
sucks for
me,
them.
yeah, I mean,
But
I got nothing.
hey, I got nothing happening here.
Yeah, if they're interested in this, we have bigger problems to worry about. Like if
Yeah.
this is how they want to get
If
us,
you want to know what's going on in our lives, listen to an episode.
right?
We are pulling every
Hmm.
little scrap of kind of entertainment
Yeah,
within
we don't hold
around.
back. We share it all.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah. So, anyways, there's somebody on TikTok who is, talks about how relationships need to be a partnership. They totally do.
Oh, they absolutely should be.
Yeah. My problem is, like, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Mhm.
He's only in his late 30s, but
Mhm. But
he's
y'all
old
been
by
married.
now. We've been married. Our marriage is old.
Yeah, how long
And
how
it's hard
long?
to teach that. We've been married for 15 years.
15 years in dog years?
Oh, we're dead.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gone.
That's such a good point. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's hard to teach that trick.
Yeah.
Oh boy. We actually got in a fight this weekend.
Mhm.
Okay. I debated talking about this
But
because
here we are.
it
Let's
was
go for it.
it was so stupid. And while again, I don't know why bare naked ladies comes up so much in this podcast, but I think it's the most realistic song about relationships is that 1 week song, which makes no sense all throughout.
You'll have to.
Chinese chicken, and your
Yeah,
brain
I
stops
don't.
ticking. None of that makes sense.
Okay, I've never listened to the lyrics past that.
But the chorus is it's been 1 week since you looked at me like something you got angry, but it'll still be 3 days till I say I'm sorry. And it goes on, and I'm
Oh.
like, that is I thought about that song all weekend. 'Cause I was okay, here's the difference in Kevin and I, how we fight. Like, I wanna generalize men and women, but again, I
Yeah.
married him when I was 22,
Uh-huh.
and he's basically I mean, like, I had 1 boyfriend before him, and
Right, so what do you know?
yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
So maybe it's just how we fight, but yeah, I the longer you let me stew,
Mhm.
the madder I get.
Mhm.
the more I remember, I'm like, oh, you know what else I'm pissed off about? I'm gonna
Mhm.
bring this up.
Mhm.
That never got resolved. So that's what I did for 2 days this week. And I like didn't sleep one night. I was like, "Oh, yeah, you know what else he does that's so
Oh,
stupid?
yeah, no, that is that either
Ugh.
that's a Clem thing, like
Oh
you and
yeah.
I do that, I don't know, like,
Yeah.
again, we need to do a whole 'nother study on women.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
and then it's like, it's bad by the time it all comes out.
right. And his method is clearly I'm gonna pretend like it didn't happen. I'm
Mhm.
gonna ignore the situation.
Mhm.
I don't think I'll apologize, even though he 100% was the one who needed to apologize.
Uh-huh.
He just ignored it, and I knew he
Hmm.
was ignoring it, and at one point I thought, "Oh, if he tries to snuggle up to me tonight, I am gonna let
Ugh,
loose."
I've been
I
saving
kinda
it up.
wanted it. I was like, "Yeah, bring it on. You try. You try." He was
Oh,
smart enough to know, like, I'm just gonna
uh-huh.
pretend like there is an actual wall in this bed between us.
Smart man.
Good job, good job. So then the next day was Easter, and I was
Oh
like,
gosh.
"Okay, I'm still pissed." It was
Mhm.
still icy. This is now full 24 hours.
Oh, but then it's like, but now we have like a family
Yes.
function that we have to like power through,
Right?
and then,
And with
ugh,
extended family, with our family, like I'm sitting there at mom and
uh-huh,
dad's church and he grabs my hand, he holds my hand.
oh
And I
yeah,
was like,
the nerve of that
I
bastard,
know,
and that's yeah, that's what I was saying. You have to power through it, and then some sort of normalcy. It's like his in. He's like, oh,
I
if I
know,
hold her hand here, there goes her momentum.
I know. And you know what it
Sneaky
did?
little
It
fuckers.
it won me over. And I
I
was like,
know,
fine.
I know.
But
Mm.
listen, then I thought, I was like, oh damn it. Later I was like, he really like we just ignored it. We just didn't fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started thinking, this is just more fuel for the
Oh,
next
good,
fight.
good, good.
I'm
Bank
like,
it up, bank it up.
you're not helping yourself, man. You avoided this little battle,
Oh.
but
I
I
will
will
win
win
the
the war.
war.
I mean, when we fight next time,
Oh, it's
he's gonna
oh,
cry.
that's hilarious. Like you're just
Yeah, I'm
still
over it.
sitting.
I'm over it now.
Oh, but you're gonna wait, and I
I'm
mean,
gonna
like
hold it.
you're gonna hold it in there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
I'm not
hilarious.
actually over it.
Oh, that's so funny.
I,
This is also why we are not. Neither one of us are marriage counselors.
oh, for
Like
sure.
I should be like giving you better advice. But I'm
Yeah.
like,
No.
no, girl, get
Oh
it,
no.
bank it, store it away, put it in
Yep.
your notes if you need to, so you don't forget
Oh,
it.
there's no way I'm gonna forget it. I'm pissed, but I'm also like, it's been 2 days. Like at
All
this point, if
right.
I were to like hold it out, then it's like, okay, maybe I just do need to get over it.
Yeah,
It
well, that's
wasn't
what he would think.
that big of a deal.
Yeah, you gotta wait for another
Yeah,
explosion.
exactly. Like
Mhm,
I want to never
mhm.
be thought of as, oh, you're such an irrational woman. But
Oh,
that's because
yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Let me show you how calculated
I'll
I
let
can
this
be.
one go.
Yeah.
But you wait. Because
Uh-huh.
now when I explode, and I will,
Mhm,
I'll be
mhm,
like, look at how much better I am. This is what you do, and this is what you do.
mhm,
Remember that one time
mhm.
you did this?
And I let it go. I
I
let
let
it
it
go.
go.
I was easy
I wasn't
breezy.
gonna let
I
it
was all
ruin our
about
Easter.
Easter. We did an Easter egg hunt.
It's God's holiday. It's
I was like,
Jesus's holiday. My
mhm.
favorite zombie.
Oh, you made me lose my train of thought. That was pretty funny.
Oh,
My
well,
favorite
good.
song I think I've ever heard. Mildly sacrilegious right after Easter, but
You know, came
whatever.
back to life.
He did.
This is
He
the
totally did.
definition of a zombie.
Totally did. That's right. Oh goodness. Well, speaking of TikToks, so
Okay.
here is my yeah, I kind of have gotten into a little bit of a bad habit. I know my friend Joanna's out there doing cartwheels because she's been trying for however
Same.
long.
I've been trying to get you on there
I
for.
know you all haven't, and there's one lady that's kind of gotten me hooked, and
Uh-huh.
so then I realized I could actually just go to her page and watch just her.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
realize that for a long time,
Oh.
so I was just like scrolling till I could find her again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. I no, it's fine. I figured out I can now go to her,
Okay.
and
You got Reddit. I got TikTok. It's fine.
that's right. That's right. We'll just admit that we're old, back and forth, and till people believe us. I don't know why they don't believe us. But anyway, I was on there scrolling to find the girl that I like. She's hilarious. I love her.
Is she the one with the little kid?
She's got 2 kids.
Oh, yep.
She's the one with the like salt and pepper hair, and
Oh,
she's
yeah, yeah.
bipolar, which I love that she's so open about it
Yeah.
and open about
She's like,
mental
hey, what you
health.
doing? That
Yeah.
one.
And you feel like she's talking to you.
I know.
And at the end, she's always like, I love you. I'm like, I love you. Like, I'll talk to you later. And I'm like, where did you go? And I try to
Yeah.
find her again.
Yeah.
I love her energy. I think that she is awesome. So, and I just love her honesty. The other day, she was like, literally, she didn't mean to cry, but she started talking about how she was depressed. And she was
Oh.
like, I'm going through. And then she just started crying. She's like, boy, I'm just going through shit because I keep bad talking myself. And it was just so refreshing to see somebody talk openly about their mental health in such a raw and real way.
Yeah.
Like you're sitting there next to a friend is what it felt like. It's what she always feels like. So
Right.
yeah, her like little tagline or something, there's, "Hey, what are you doing?" Uh, that's what she starts off every single one with. Her name is Chance Culp.
And her username,
Yeah, I don't know what that's
I
called.
mean, the name you would find her at.
Right, is at All Styles Chance Culp, and Culp is CULP.
Yeah.
And Chance is just like you would spell chance. So she is so awesome. Look her up, and I love her to death. I mean, she might be a lot for some people, but I like a lot. I'm like, come on, your personality is great. I mean, that's what TikTok's for. I don't want somebody to sit there and be boring.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, so I'm on there looking for her before I knew I could just go to her page.
Right.
Now I know that. Thank you, everybody, meaning you, Aaron, that told me
Oh,
that.
you're welcome.
Actually, I discovered that on my own. Never mind.
Yeah, but had you asked me, I would have told you so fast.
That's true, but thank you for my own independence, and I figured it out without having to message you.
But thank
Anyway,
you for me for always being there in
always,
case then you need me.
you're the wind beneath my wings, Aaron. I always appreciate it. So anyway, so I'm scrolling along, and of course, I land upon this beautifully either filtered or like completely has spent 3 hours doing her makeup to make a TikTok video.
Okay.
Young, doesn't need makeup. I mean, she's like 20 years old, but I mean, it is like perfectly done.
Okay.
Right. And she's sitting there, and you hear a little baby, like kind of, I don't know what they're doing in the background, but cooing and like making noise in the background. Sounds super cute. This young, I'm going to guess, no older than 22-year-old mom,
Okay.
which is fine. There's young moms. That's great. No problem with young moms. But she starts talking about gentle parenting, which I know is now like a new buzz thing.
Hmm.
We're doing gentle parenting, gentle parenting. I have no problem with gentle parenting.
Okay.
None. Except for when she went to this place where she started talking, and it was her tone about how judgy she was sounding.
Yeah.
Like she was trying, I think she thought she was trying to give advice.
Yeah.
But she probably sounded a lot like I do right now about her. But I'm not talking, well, I guess I'm talking to a few people out there, but I'm not talking specifically to parents. I'm
Yeah.
talking right now to everybody who just eats up TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, when did we get away from balance? Like, yes, there's a time to be a gentle parent.
Yeah.
Absolutely be a gentle parent. You should be a gentle parent, I would say, at least 80% of the time.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's about a good 20% of the time where you have to draw a hard line,
Yeah.
and you have to do a firm no.
Uh-huh. Yeah, absolutely.
And you have to put a little bit of judgment in there to your kids.
Yeah.
And here's what I mean by this. Let me give you the perfect example.
Okay. I can't wait to hear what you said.
Yeah, sorry, sir. I'm like, can you tell? My face is like getting red. I can feel it. Because she said, don't ever tell your kids, and this is like she's saying it like real sassy and kind of laugh like I can't believe people do this. That's not nice.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
when a kid does something that is
mhm.
not nice, you don't tell them that's not nice because first of all, that's developmentally incorrect. Like developmentally, they don't understand. Now I'm guessing she's talking about toddlers. I don't even know if
Yeah.
she really said toddler, but she has a toddler in the background.
Okay.
But
I
maybe you
feel
would
like
say,
that's pretty.
also, I feel like that's teaching them what nice is.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Keep going.
Okay.
Oh, I have a story that relates
Okay.
directly to
Okay.
this. I'm so excited.
Okay.
Okay.
So then she's like, and that suggests that their behavior is like absolutely void. Like she said something, it was so like such a large statement, and I can't remember verbatim what it was, but basically that your child is like horrible. If
Oh,
they're doing that one act,
it's their whole personality.
it's their
They
whole
can't be
they are
nice.
horrible, right?
Oh, good grief.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Now, let's flash to Easter Sunday
Okay. Okay.
when my child is playing with his thunder cousin. That's what they call each other, which is the cutest thing I've ever heard in my life. They cannot wait to get together. They are like two peas in a pod.
Yeah.
They're best friends. They get together, they high five, thunder cousins. They came up with the name. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen. They're out playing, they're having a blast together all day long. But somewhere in Miles's little brain, he decides it would be funny in this one moment to lock her in a closet
Oh my
and
gosh.
hold the door. And I happen to look up because I hear crying,
Oh no.
and I see my horrible child holding the door. In that moment, he was being horrible.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead, gentle parents, and
Okay.
say, Sometimes your kids are horrible.
Most times your kids are kind of horrible.
Yeah, they do some really
Not your
shitty.
kids,
Oh
kids
no,
in general.
no. I knew what you meant, but yes, my
Yeah.
kids. Sometimes they do really shitty things that need to be called out
Yeah.
for how shitty they are,
Yeah.
and they need to know right then and there. In that instance, that tone is not going to be gentle.
Oh, yeah, no.
I mean, triple name. Get your butt over here now. Nothing was gentle about my tone.
If he can overhear this right now, he's like, "What did I do?"
Oh, I know, right? Right. Nothing was gentle, but that's what I needed. I needed
Yeah.
him to very quickly
Right.
pivot, turn and look at me and realize, oh, what I'm doing is shitty.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason, my brain did not make that connection that this is a really shitty thing to do, which, by the way, it should. It should have by the age of 6.
Yeah.
You're being shitty. No, I have been teaching for 18 years.
Yeah.
I know developmental
Right.
stages. By the age of 6, when you hear a child, supposed to be your friend,
Yeah.
supposed to be your thunder cousin, crying like that
Oh.
out of sheer fear,
Yeah.
that's a shitty thing to do. And you know it is. And I
Yeah.
love my child. I'm not saying he's a horrible human being who's going to end up being a serial killer. By no means. But in that moment,
Yeah.
we, got real ungentle.
Yeah.
And then B, set his little button time out.
Right.
And then when he didn't act like he cared enough, he got to sit there longer until it finally dawned on him. I better change something about this behavior because I'm not liking this ungentle thing I'm having to go through.
Right.
And then when I noticed he was suffering a little bit, because it's okay to let your kids suffer sometimes, gentle parents, you then call them over, and then is the teaching moment.
Yeah.
And I started with, I don't like having to sit you in timeout. It's not fun for me. I'm not doing this out of pleasure, but you have got to learn
Right.
boundaries.
Yeah. Aren't boundaries good?
Oh,
Like, who
absolutely.
is trying to say
But
boundaries aren't
here's but
good?
here's what I think a gentle, and correct me if I'm wrong, gentle parents out there. And just know that even if you do, that's fine for you. It's not the way my children
Mm-hmm.
will be parented. And also, that's okay. Like
Right.
I think that's what got me was that this.
The judgmental.
Okay, looking, I got real. I was about this 20-something-year-old. That got real judgmental.
Not
So,
her fault. You're an
hold
old
on,
mom.
let me get a little more gentle. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It was a little hurtful, but you're not wrong.
It wasn't a nice thing to say.
It was definitely
It doesn't
not
mean
gentle.
it's my whole
It
personality.
wasn't gentle, but that's fine. No, but what I'm saying is that it was her tone
Yeah.
that seemed so much like if you're not doing it this way, like kind of scoffing,
Right.
then like I can't even believe you would think to say that. I'm like, girl, I say that on a daily
Oh,
basis
yeah.
to all
100%.
children around me because they need to know this is not nice.
Right.
And let me tell you why it's not nice. And that's not all I say to them. Trust me, sometimes the speeches go on and on and on because I like to talk and I really want to drive my point home.
Yeah.
But boundaries, and especially for our young boys, let's go ahead and just say that.
Yeah.
We need to teach when you hear the word stop, you better stop
Yeah.
immediately.
Absolutely.
And you know what? If you hear another child making a sound that makes you think, oh, they're not liking this, you go ahead and stop.
Yeah.
You go ahead and make that happen. You do not continue doing what you're doing.
Right.
And I will not teach that gently at first. I'll go back and teach it fully in
Yeah.
a gentle way after we're done making you suffer a little bit so that you know to not do that again.
Right.
Anyway, that was
Yeah.
my it's been simmering, like kind of like that, like you and Kevin.
Yeah.
It's been simmering for a couple days, and I've been waiting to get it out on here. So I'm so glad the opportunity came. Now I feel like I can maybe sleep at night
Oh,
and not
good.
sit up and think what I would say to that woman.
Right.
But yeah,
I've been really using guilt with my parenting lately. It's
Oh,
working
okay.
really
well,
well.
there you go.
If you all have a
Good old
10-year-old,
Catholic guilt. We're not even Catholic, but it
Yeah.
comes in handy sometimes.
if you have a 10-year-old who's almost 11 who's kind of a jerk face, we're going to go jerk face.
Sure. That wasn't
Oh.
nice. That's not nice, Aaron, but okay.
No, but they're
I'm just
acting like
kidding.
that.
Yeah, right. That's just
Oh my
reality.
gosh. The tone in which I am spoken to daily.
Mm.
I'm like, what?
Like just dripping with the stain.
Yeah. I'm like,
Ugh.
hey, are you going to do this? Yeah, I'm going. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Just a simple question. I don't need
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, I'm not fussing at you. I'm asking you a question. Calm down.
Mhm.
So tonight, we're driving home from softball. And again, I mean, like the whole way to softball, the whole way
Mhm.
back, anything I said was like, oh. And they forgot their water bottle and said, will you go get me a water? And I was like, well, I'll go find my wallet. I found $2 miraculously.
Mhm.
Vending machine ate it.
Oh,
Said everything sold
no.
out and the button didn't work to get your money
Oh,
back. So I was like,
no.
well, I tried. Sorry. You should have brought your water bottle.
Mhm. Again, I'm not gonna apologize to
Natural
you
consequence.
that you forgot your water bottle. You're 10.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna gently explain this to you, but in
Yeah.
the end, you're still gonna be thirsty.
Exactly. So, given a lot of like, on the way home. And I said, I need you to fix the way you are talking to me. It is not
Mhm.
okay. She was like, well, I don't mean to do it. I said, I'm glad you don't mean to, but
Mhm.
it is hurting my feelings. Is it hurting my feelings? No,
Not
I'm good.
really.
I'm fine. I don't care.
They
I can
won't
get mad
know.
all day. I do not care. It doesn't really affect me that
We
much.
work with hundreds of children daily.
Yeah.
Our
It's
feelings aren't gonna get hurt.
no, it's fine.
I was called a fucking bitch today and made to bleed.
Oh,
I
and
could
how
care
old was the
less.
kid?
2nd grade.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
So
water off a duck's back.
right, exactly. So, anyways, it won't show on a trotting horse. Have you heard that one? I like that one. That won't show on a trotting horse.
No, but that might be the title. Won't show on a trotting horse.
Yeah, I
I have
love
no
it.
idea what it means.
It means like it's so little, it's so minor. You wouldn't see it on a
Oh.
trotting horse.
Or like it's just gonna fly off the trotting horse.
Maybe.
I think it's just gonna fly off the horse while it's trotting. I
I
mean, it's
think it
like
means
in
like you won't
motion.
even notice it. The horse is trotting, you're not paying attention to the little things.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Explain that. I heard that the other
Also,
day
they're
and I
very
loved it.
slick, so like they're probably
Yeah.
water pellets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way,
I
it
love it.
works.
I
I like
love
it.
it.
I like it.
Anyways.
Okay.
So I was like, it's starting to hurt my feelings. And they put their little head down. They looked out the window for the rest of the drive home.
Oh,
I said,
good.
"Are you okay?" Nora was like, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, are you mad at me?" No. I was like, "Okay, well, I love you."
Mhm.
Silence for a minute and then went, "Me too." I'm like, "Okay,
Oh,
thanks."
there you go.
And that's gonna work. It's gonna work for a day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah,
I
here's,
know there's a good heart deep down because I raised her
yeah.
right.
But also, I don't really know that that's guilt so much as you are on some level teaching empathy. Like you need
Yeah.
to tune in when you're hurting someone's feelings
Yeah.
and you need to be aware of when your voice is making that tone. The words might not be hurtful,
Right.
but the way in which you're speaking.
Yes.
I've done like I haven't done guilt, but I've done like modeling voices like for my students. Like when
Oh,
I
yeah.
talk to you like this, how does that make you feel? Versus when I talk to you like this. And so I think that's just kind of goes in that. Like when you're talking to me like that, it is hurting me. And you
Yeah.
need to know that. And you also need to be aware and recognize that your parents are human beings and they
Yeah.
have emotions. I do not hold back crying in front of my kids. I do
Yeah.
not. If they really do, also it's so weird being a grown adult and your kid does something that hurts you so bad physically that you cry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 headbutters.
Oh.
Yeah, they they have both redheads. They're both a little wild, and they have not trying to, sometimes not trying to, but the 2 times that they have actually made me cry, it was just unintended, but it was like, "Oh, that hurts so bad." I have no other reaction other than to, like, physically cry, and it turned into, like, sobbing, which I'm like, "I'm 42 years old. I know this pain is temporary.
Yeah.
I should not be crying," but it was, like, uncontrollable.
Yeah.
But then I talked about, like, "Well, here's the thing. I'm not gonna apologize to you for that emotion. It popped up because you did something that really hurt me, and
Yeah.
let's acknowledge that. The way you do things and what you do to people will affect them,
Yeah.
and
There
that's okay
are
to teach them that,
yeah, for sure. 100%. I'm with you.
gently or sometimes sternly.
Yeah.
Teach them.
Yes.
People, just teach your kids.
We're pro boundaries.
Pro boundaries and pro teaching those boundaries with no wiggle room.
Yeah.
Like if your boundary is there,
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and watch you encroach on someone else's boundary.
Yeah.
And then, like, let's have a talk about how that made them feel later on. Because in that moment, they're having a real live feeling.
Yeah.
So we're going to
Yeah.
nip it right now. And you're the one I need to teach, not the one whose boundary you just broke.
Yeah. I know you're talking about
I'm
what
so
happened,
sorry.
but you're so aggressive saying it to me.
Ooh, I've only had one glass of wine, but listen, this topic,
I
it got
know.
it
I know. I'm
got
like,
me
I
hot.
didn't do it.
I know.
I don't
I'm
remember
sorry.
ever
We
locking
should
her in
probably
the.
listen. We've talked a long time tonight.
Let's talk about ghosts.
How about we do that? So I'll stop being so aggressive. So this week I've got 2 short, they're tiny but mighty
Oh, okay.
stories. And this is from a new author,
Love it.
possibly new listener. Let's hope.
So the 2 stories are from this one
Yep.
person?
Mhm.
Okay.
And this is from Brooke. Hey there, I have a little paranormal story, one of many, thanks to a psychic medium grandmother.
Okay. New, what is it? Like, we
Mhm.
hit the jackpot? What are
Yeah,
you
like I'm motioning in. Come on in here. We will scoop them up.
Yeah.
Please. Okay, so when I was about 16 or 17, my room was the converted garage. So I was away from everyone else's bedroom in the house. I was in the in between stage of sleep where you're about to slip into a heavy sleep, but you're still somewhat aware.
Okay, I already know how you're gonna debunk anything, but okay.
I already knew you were going to say that. I knew it. So I was about to slip into what I thought would be a lovely slumber until I felt breath on my ear and heard someone whisper yell. Oh, I'm sorry. Whisper yell always that term, it like gets me like,
Yeah.
oh, it makes me shake. Whisper yell, "Hey," in my ear.
Oh, no.
Mm. When I tell you I've never moved under the covers so damn fast. Still
Oh.
to this day at 29, I still sleep with my ears covered. I know.
Oh.
Okay, so do you want me to debunk that one right now?
You're gonna say exploding head syndrome, or they were sleeping.
Okay, what else would I say? These are great ones.
They're both wrong, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm going to say that they also live away from the house.
But right in your ear.
Yeah, but it could be someone in
Ooh.
your. That's what I'm saying. Is that like, I'm not saying that they heard someone from their house. I'm saying if I am going to be someone who's going to break in or if I'm going to mess with somebody, it's going to be the house where the lone teenage kid lives by themselves.
Well, they're not detached. It didn't say detached garage. It said like converted.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's
So
still
part of
attached
their
to your house, and they were
house.
like, "Let's turn this garage into a
Oh, it's
bedroom."
funny. I guess I'm kind of picturing my garage, which is like totally separate from the house. Like that would be the dream if I were a teenage kid.
Right?
Like,
Yeah,
hell
I would
yeah.
never allow that.
Yeah, right.
Talk
Right.
about gentle parenting.
Yeah, that is pretty gentle.
That's
Um
giving up parenting. Which I'm kind of close to,
I
but
know,
I'm not
right?
there yet.
Man, you're stealing the words out of my mouth. But yeah. So okay, so if I go back to like it being a part of the house, okay. But still, a separate part of the house might be easier to get like further down from
Yeah.
everything else. I don't know. I'm just saying, or there's other kids that live in the house. Maybe somebody's messing with you and you're so groggy and asleep that you like when you wake up, they're already gone. I don't know.
I don't know.
It could be a person, a human being.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Or sleep paralysis, of course.
Okay, sure, sure, sure.
Okay.
They
Now,
could move under those darn covers, so I don't think so.
now get ready for this.
Okay.
One of our best stories is about to come out.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like.
Is it a
And
UFO? Oh, don't tell me yet.
and I'm not going to debunk it. And it's so good.
How are you? Okay, will you read it?
All right. So now for one of my favorite stories from my grandmother. Let's call her M. M, who has known she had a gift from a young age, has a Native American as a spirit guide. When M was about 6, she complained of a sore shoulder. When her mum,
Oh, international listener.
I think so. When her mom finally took her to the doctor's for an x ray, the doctor was dumbfounded and said that M had an old scar on her shoulder muscle that was well over how old she was.
What?
Yeah, because doctors can tell like how long you've had that scar.
How do they know that? I didn't know that
Well,
was a
how
thing.
deep the scar tissue is, how it's aged around the scar tissue,
And their scar was older than M?
than how old M was.
Okay.
Of course, Em and her mother were baffled by this. Em spoke with her spirit guide, Whitehorse, and he said that when she was in his tribe, she died of a tomahawk wound to her shoulder.
What?
I have plenty more ghostly stories, and so does my dad, whose mum is the psychic. I'll be sure to keep writing in to share those.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Brooke.
Thank you, Brooke. That is wild. I
Wild.
know why you're not going to debunk it now
It's a
because
past
it's
life.
past life. We don't have to debunk
Okay,
that.
it's now if I wanted to go like hardcore, which I don't want to go hardcore on this, but if I like were forced to say what a theory could be. Remember when I very boldly said that doctors, oh, they can tell.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
a minute
right
ago.
now.
It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was like less than
I
2
was
minutes
trying to
ago.
think like we've talked about doctors before.
No, like
No,
2 minutes
just
ago when I
yeah.
was like bold, like, oh yeah, doctors can tell
Yeah.
And I sounded so
Scarred. Yeah, you did.
convincingly.
I was like, I didn't know that.
Right. I don't really know that either, but I'm assuming that they can. I mean, it would make sense that they
Yeah.
can tell how thick it is or how, I don't know. It seems like something I've seen on CSI.
Okay.
However,
I feel like ER would have been a better reference,
or
but sure.
ER or whatever, just a doctor or like
Okay.
medical show or something where that they have like had to look at scars to determine how long they've been there.
Okay.
I feel like I've heard that before. That could totally be in a fictional show that I've heard that before. So I don't
Sure.
know.
We get most of our news from TikTok. So
Yeah, clearly. What I'm saying though is that maybe either that doctor just couldn't explain what was going on with that muscle
yeah.
and was baffled by it.
Yeah.
Maybe there was some sort of, it was something he had never seen before or she had never seen before. The doctor just had never seen this. It looked like scar tissue. Maybe it was some sort of tumor. Maybe it was some sort of like growth that it looked like scar tissue,
Yeah.
like old scar tissue or whatever, but they didn't have an explanation for it. And then knowing that believing that M is a psychic medium,
Yeah.
has that information and then talks to Whitehorse
Yeah.
and then has that story that would make sense as to why. So
Yeah.
your imagination kind of goes, why would this be there?
Yeah.
Especially if you have a medical doctor telling you it's scar tissue that's been there for so long,
Right.
then you can go slip into that realm, into asking your spirit guide, what was this? And then that story kind of evolves.
Yeah.
So that's me like being hardcore skeptic, but I would love to believe in past lives.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do it. I'm just like, okay, let's just believe that Whitehorse knew what he was talking about. That's incredible.
I'll believe in ghosts for this reason.
I
Or
will.
spirit guides.
Oh, I believe in spirit guides. That's different than ghosts.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And so here's where I'm at. Whitehorse, that's incredible. I'd love to see that movie of how M died
Ah,
as a Native American.
yeah. Through the shoulder.
Through the shoulder.
And I have always had shoulder pain. And while you're reading this, I'm like, my
Ooh.
shoulder's killing me.
Well, Jack's story. I mean, we've read it on here,
Oh, yeah.
but where he's always had that little mark, and
Yeah.
the psychic told him it
Yeah.
was from a gun wound.
Yeah.
It's wild to me.
It is. It is wild. Oh, wow.
Okay,
All right.
so there you go,
Yeah, that
Brooke.
is a very good story. And what I
Please, you would love that Brooke has more.
I love that Brooke and their father has more.
Yes, please
So
send them in.
keep it coming, please. I'm going to read a story from Stephanie, another new time writer.
Yay! Hello, Stephanie.
Okay, so Stephanie says, my mom and stepdad have a 300-plus-year-old house.
Ooh.
As cool as that is, it doesn't have that much to do with the ghost Helen. Helen and her husband were the previous owners of the house. Helen stuck around, and I genuinely believe it's because she wanted to see the upgrades my mom and stepdad made to the house. One day, I was meeting up with my friend at 4:30 a.m. because we had to be somewhere. I'm getting ready and just chilling in the room upstairs. She calls me and she says, "Hey, can you tell your mom to stop staring out the door?
Oh.
It's honestly freaking me out." I was like, "Dude, my mom's asleep." As soon as I walked downstairs to see what was up, the woman was no longer there.
Ew, that's creepy.
That is so creepy. Can you imagine just waiting there and you like wave, but the woman just stares at you? You're like, I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be here.
Yeah, like I'm not being a creep. You're being the creep.
Right.
But also, I have so many questions. Like, where are y'all going at 4 a.m.?
I know. Is
I
it like
wanna
on a
know.
trip?
I
There's
know.
nothing better than going somewhere so
We're
early.
so bad. Like, we just want to sit here and talk to whoever has a story to tell. Like, tell us all about the 4 a.m. meetup.
I know.
Did your parents know about it? Were you sneaking out?
Our neighbor was leaving earlier or whatever. I'm like friends with her mom, but she doesn't speak much English. But the little girl was like, "Hey, yeah, we're going here." I was like, "Oh, where y'all going?" And she's like, "Oh, well," and then she started telling me. I was like, "Oh, I was
You
being
don't have to
nosy,"
tell
and you could
us.
just
I
say, "I don't
know.
want to." So I was like, "Never mind. I don't know why I asked. Have fun. Have a good night."
Yeah.
I'm so weird. Stop talking.
Yeah, no, nosy is the right word, and
Yeah.
I am that way too. And
Yeah.
and it comes off, or you're thinking, oh, I'm just making conversation.
Yeah.
But then once you realize, no, you're invested in it, and when they don't respond, and you're like a little bit for just a moment, you're like, why aren't you telling me this? Then you're like, whoa, boundaries. Remember
Yeah.
how we teach our kids boundaries so well?
Right.
We
Right.
maybe need to teach ourselves some.
This is why I really want you to turn on your location, but you won't on your
No,
phone.
no, nosy Rosie.
I'm
Get
so
out of here.
nosy.
You
Every
are
time you're
so
not
nosy.
home, I'm like, well, where is she?
Yeah, just text me. I won't lie to you.
You're so bad at texting, though.
That's true.
You'll
I am
text
bad.
me an hour later.
But I'll tell you where I was.
What if I wanted to go with you? Okay. It's fine.
Nosy and a little codependent.
Yeah, for sure. That could be our title.
Oh, that's great. I love
Okay.
it.
Another time, I was dog sitting for them. I was upstairs in the bathroom and I heard the kitchen cabinets opening and closing. I assumed it was the cat because he's a menace, but I looked over and saw him sitting in the sink. You can never pee in peace with cats. LOL. I told my mom, and she said to just let Helen know I was allowed to be in there and she was scaring me. I pretty much said exactly that, and immediately the cabinets stopped opening and closing. Once I was on FaceTime with my friend.
Wait,
Okay.
but they or she.
They didn't say. They.
But they never went back in and looked in those cabinets to see if the cat was in there?
No. They're in the bathroom peeing. They look over. The cat's there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that one line.
That's why they never get to pee in peace because there's a cat.
Okay.
And then I'm assuming they text their mom and said,
Okay.
hey, these cabinets are opening and closing. And the mom said, just tell Helen.
Oh, but the cat's sitting right there next to
The
them.
cat's right next to her. They're right next to them.
I missed that one line, which made all this thing.
Yeah, that's very
well.
important.
Where you? No offense, new writer, but we know how cats are. You don't need to tell me about it. But okay, I got you. The cat was sitting right there.
Cat was right there.
Okay.
Once I was on FaceTime with my friend. I was telling her all about Helen. My phone started going haywire and completely shut off. Wasn't even close to dying and wouldn't turn on for about 30 minutes. My mom and stepdad were sleeping with. Okay, so we just are getting all the Helen stories.
Sleeping with who? You keep teasing me with this hot goss.
I didn't mean with. I meant and.
The mom and the stepdad were sleeping with, and then you just stopped. With who? The neighbor? The old lady standing at the door? Helen?
Oh.
What's happening here?
No, gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. I was just stopping to be like, I also have several little stories.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
We're moving on.
Yeah, but you stopped at a really inconvenient time for my mind.
I didn't mean to say with. There's no with. My mom and stepdad were sleeping, and the little music box my mom has started playing in the middle of the night. It wasn't even wound up. My mom said, Helen, I'm trying to sleep. Please stop. And Helen stopped. AKA not gentle parenting. Helen was like, girl, or mom was like, Helen.
Boundary.
Stop.
Right. So how would a gentle parent handle that? Helen, what do you feel the need to play that right now?
Helen, I love that you want to entertain me with music right now.
That's so kind of you.
It is so kind. Your heart is in the right spot.
Like you want to soothe me.
Actually, they probably just be like, play it, baby. You're doing great.
I mean, that's like doormat parenting.
No, that's not what I'm saying gentle parenting is. There's actually, listen, there is a gentle parent mom on TikTok, and she's the coolest.
I love her. No, I love her. I know who you're talking about.
How do you just know? I'm sure there are several.
You told me about her.
Okay.
You told me about her. She cusses all the time.
Oh, no, there's actually two. I love her. Okay. She's like, she's kind of spunky.
She is hilarious.
There's another woman who I would take a class from her.
Yeah.
And she is amazing.
Nice.
I should find out both of these people's names.
Let me just clarify this for anybody out there who is a gentle parent and is like, oh, she has gentle parenting all wrong. I don't. I get what you're saying. I really, honestly, I promise you I do.
And I see the good.
I see the good in it. I'm saying balance.
Yes.
Just whenever the world gets too far one way, or too far another way, how about we just? It's like the word balance isn't sexy enough or something. We have to come up with like a new word that's like, well, gentle. But here's what the word gentle implies: that if you're not gently parenting in this way, then you must be a horrible, hard, about to abuse your child, when really, how about we just say balance? There's a time and a place.
Right. Okay, let me finish.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Good grief. I think my last little snippet is one day after Helen's husband died, my mom was cooking and the back door swung open. My mom said, "Hello, Mr. Law, take a look around." The door stayed open the whole time. Then, about 10 minutes later, the door closed. Helen hasn't made a peep since.
Whoa, what does that mean?
So it sounds like they moved in after Helen had died, but the husband hadn't died yet, and he moved on. When he died,
Hold on.
okay, this is how I'm understanding it.
Okay. Okay.
Helen and Mr. Law,
They were
they
married
were
in real
married
life
in
and
real life.
in like a live life.
Yes. Helen passes away.
Okay.
Mr. Law moves probably to a smaller home that's not 300 years
Oh,
old.
okay. Okay. Okay.
Now, Stephanie's parents are living there. Mom and stepdad are living there.
Okay.
Once Helen's husband passes on,
He
the
comes
door
in.
opens, mom says hello, and then Helen leaves with him and hasn't made a peep since.
Oh,
Isn't that the
well,
most
that's
romantic
so
story? You can't
sweet.
debunk
I
that.
really, you're right. It's too sentimental.
You're
I
right.
really wish it were something I could debunk, but I just am too tired.
I mean,
Oh no, I mean, sorry, I've really been up at the soapbox for a while, and I'm
oh my god.
exhausted. Okay, no. Okay, here. Um, that's so sweet. That
It
is so
is so
sweet.
sweet.
And I thought you meant like he was coming to join her, but also maybe she was just at rest once he got there. Like that's kind of what she was waiting for.
Yeah. But like she didn't need to wait around anymore because now he was passed on.
Hmm.
She
What if
just
he walked into that house and was like, "These renovations are shit,
well then maybe they
Helen.
just
Let's get out of here."
there you go.
Right.
That could be
Let's go
and
find a new house to haunt.
maybe either of them are preferable.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Helen's keep playing music in the middle of the night.
Right.
I'm
And
like,
Helen keeps opening up cabinets. Like, what? This kitchen?
yeah,
I had it
Helen,
perfect.
we're messing on the
That's
phone.
how you would be. You would be Helen. Like you would spend all that time and money convincing your husband to get this renovation, and then someone new comes in, has the
Oh,
audacity.
I actually lived that because the people who bought my last house changed so much of it. And I
Oh,
was like,
no.
what is wrong with you? My house was so
It was.
cute.
I made it exactly how it should have
I
been.
made the cutest little mural for
Mm,
Sophie that I made gender neutral because we didn't find out what we were having.
look at that.
The couple who moved in were pregnant. They painted it white, painted over it
What?
white.
Oh,
And it
these
was
people.
adorable. Do you remember the
Mhm.
trees and all the
Oh,
birds?
yes, and the little fox.
It's my favorite. Nope.
Oh,
There was no fox. But it
I
is.
think, yeah, I used to think it'd be so cute if a little fox was like
Oh,
poking out
well.
one of those trees. It's okay.
Yeah. It
It's
was
fine.
really cute.
Yeah, adorable.
And I did do a fox for Christine. That's what
Okay,
you're
thank you.
thinking
It's
of.
like somewhere along the
But
line there
mine
was a
was
fox.
white trees with really colorful birds all over it. And they
Mhm.
were so cute.
Yes,
It
I
was
do remember
maybe
that.
my favorite mural I've ever done. And they
Mhm.
painted the whole room white. Did they not want their kid to have a personality or joy?
Mm-mm, mm-mm. They're
Whatever.
awful.
It's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
so you would die, go back to that house,
Yeah,
and
I would. I didn't
just
even have to
like
die.
just nails,
I
and
just
like look at
sometimes I
their
drive to
kid.
Owensboro and just stare in their windows. I'm like, why would you do that?
Wow, it's a
No, I'm just kidding. I've
they
never
need
done
some
that.
boundaries
Did I think about it?
there.
Maybe, but I never did it.
Oh, I love it. Okay, phew, let's start with the cabinets.
Okay, I want to pour this.
That's the
Stuff.
one I remember. So yes, they're in the bathroom. The
Okay.
cat's right next to them. That doesn't mean that no one else is in that house moving any of those cabinets around
Okay.
or banging those cabinets. There could be a third person there. Whenever there is
Or a
the
second person. Why are you thinking third? They're house sitting.
I meant being. I was including the cat.
Oh,
Sorry. Third being there. So
okay.
this is where my skepticism it is there and it's fully present because to me it makes more sense that it would be a human being or a raccoon. I mean, just some other being that's in the house making the sound. My mind just does not go to, oh, that must be a ghost.
Okay.
And no one has eyes on that other room where the cabinet is happening.
I'm sure Stephanie didn't pee for an hour. They went back out there.
Yeah, but it had stopped.
But it stopped as soon as they told it to stop.
Yeah, which means it
Okay.
could be a person out there rummaging through things, thinking that they're in there by themselves trying to steal stuff, and all of a sudden they hear a voice, which would be like kind of funny. You're in there like, oh, I'm being slick, or like nobody's home, and like brazenly going through stuff, and you hear stop, and you're like, oh, well, shit, that person. Oh, it's been doing that.
You
But
said
listen,
stop, but the moment you said stop, your light started
yeah,
flickering.
listen, the
So
moment I
creepy.
turn on Yellow Jackets, it does that too. And every time I think, I'm like, oh Lord, here we go. I'm watching Yellow Jackets, and the spirits don't want me to watch it. I keep trying to film it, but then they stop every time I get the phone out.
It's almost like a more knowledgeable being is
It's
saying.
almost like it's a coincidence
That happens every time you do
Not
something.
like I've tried
Okay.
once. Okay, so that's my cabinets. It could be a third person.
Okay.
Being, keep saying it. Okay. But the friend coming to pick him up, it really could have been their mom. Like just standing there, like, what is this person doing? I mean, if I'm standing out, if I see someone pull up at my house and I'm supposed to be asleep, like that's what they state. No, my mom's asleep.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be asleep, but if I hear somebody pull up into my driveway at 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe I've forgotten that my teenage kid or my young adult kid is going to go out at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what is somebody doing in my driveway at 4 o'clock in the morning? I might get up and go stand at the door.
Yeah.
And then maybe it dawns on me, oh, wait, their friend is out there. Maybe I even see a wave, but I'm still grumpy. I'm like, oh, damn. Got me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You're
Okay.
lucky you didn't get the finger. I'm going to go back to bed. I'm not going to wave at you. Who gets together at 4 o'clock in the morning? Look, I'm mad for this mom. So then I go to bed. I don't say anything about it. I'm just like, well, that was so shitty. They're getting together at 4 o'clock in the morning the whole time. Like, oh, I'm going to bank that for later next time I yell at my kid.
Which I will,
Which
because I'm
I
not
will.
a gentle parent.
I'm not a gentle parent. I will just save it and say, and then you know what you put me through? Guilt on top of that. Anyway, I go to bed, and then by the time I'm in bed, Stephanie comes downstairs, sees that I'm in bed, and I was like, there was nobody here. Okay, so there's that
Okay,
one.
sure.
Okay, line up the next
FaceTime.
one.
Phone suddenly shuts off, doesn't
Oh,
turn on for 30 minutes.
FaceTiming glitches in technology. It's so
Okay.
simple. I mean, like to me, that is like all of these things like together sound very paranormal. But if you can space them out and you break them up, yes, they have like an essence of like, oh, this 300-year-old house
Yeah.
is what ties everything together.
Yeah, but again, at the same time, so many coincidences make
But you're
it
also in an
less.
old house. How good is your internet? How good is like where is this house? I'm guessing all 300-year-old houses are way out in the woods.
What? No.
I mean, I would imagine
It could be
300
in like
years.
Savannah.
Oh, I do want to
Savannah.
go to Savannah, and I
I
don't know what
love Savannah.
Savannah's internet's like, but
I
I'm just
had great
saying,
reception the whole time I was there.
and your house was definitely over 300 years old. You
No,
don't
I
know
don't
that.
know how old the house was. I'm just saying I went to a lot of old places.
I'm just saying that you're Stephanie. You maybe have not listened to their episodes, but this is no offense to you, and Aaron 100% believes. So
I
please
do.
lean on her right now. She is your hero, not me. I will never be. She will be the one beneath your knees.
It's a less powerful hero, but it's still
That'd be
still support.
funny place to get wind behind.
Oh my gosh. That sounds more like a toot.
Oh my gosh, I'm so picturing how you would be flying with wind beneath your knees. Boy, I need to reel it in. Okay, let me try this again. Stephanie, basically what I'm saying is that please don't take offense to anything I am saying.
Yeah.
The majority of our listeners
We
hate
know
me.
we know to ignore.
They're all sitting there yelling at me right now. Oh
No.
my God, Megan. Yeah, so they're mostly believers. I'm just the one here that is the skeptic, and that's fine. We can all have
I feel like
different.
they're not mostly believers. I feel like we have a lot of skeptics.
For real, I feel like we have a lot of believers.
Amber, Stephanie.
Birdie.
Yeah, we do have Birdie on my side.
Birdie's like 10 believers in
Angie,
one.
Reeby. Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
We do have
Angie,
a lot.
Reby, Charlie. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we do have a lot of believers.
We
But
have
we
a
do
lot.
have a lot of good skeptics
And
too.
we have a lot of in between.
Yeah.
Richard, come on. Again, that's like 10 believers in one. You've got like some hardcore believers.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we've got some like open-minded skeptics.
Yeah. We have a couple people like Megan who have witnessed a full-on ghost story and still say, nah, I don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah, it's a coincidence.
Whatever.
Well, the door opening, your wind is blowing.
Okay. Like me.
A gust of wind.
And
And
wind beneath your wings or knees.
Yeah. Well, now the wind is beneath the door. And so it opens up. And so the wind opens the door up. And this 300-year-old house makes us all feel as though there has to be a spirit. We've already named this spirit. We've already there's been a whole story generated.
Even though it happened right after he died.
Yeah, the wind blows. The
Okay.
wind doesn't really care who dies and who doesn't.
Okay. Okay.
The
But
wind is
then
just gonna blow.
everything
But
else
you know
stops.
who does care? Human beings. And
Okay.
we link things
Everything else
in.
stops. As soon as he comes, Helen goes.
Yeah, because that fits perfectly with the
Oh
storyline.
my
I
gosh.
am so sorry, Stephanie, but I had to say it. For every skeptic out there, I had to say it. It
It's
fits,
fine. I
and I'm
believe
not
you.
saying that. And but let me just clarify this: I'm not saying that it's an intentional, made up story. I'm saying it's a fully believed story.
Yeah. Whatever. It's believed by me too.
Yeah, I know, and that's great. We're not going to argue about it. And I think that it's great that it's a fully believed story. I think that a lot of times, even though I am a skeptic, there are many times I wish I weren't. And that's the odd thing is that I'm
Yeah.
like, I wish I believed in more magical things. I wish that things were a little bit more, mysterious, but my mind just does not work that way.
Yeah.
So I think that a 300-year-old house that has the story behind it, that like weaves in and out of every memory or certain memories or whatever, is so neat and so fun and
Yeah.
so great. So I love the story.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for writing in. This was awesome.
It sure
We
was.
love getting stories from new people. We love getting stories from our original listeners. They're all great. So keep sending those in. We also need your help with, rate, reviewing, and subscribing anywhere you can, telling your friends about us, writing any stories in, or haranguing some of your friends to write some stories in.
Please do.
You can write in directly at myskepticalsister@gmail.com, or you can go to our website at www.myskepticalsister.com, where you can contact us. You can find our P.O. box. You can write us in there. You can find out about how to become a Patreon. You get a sticker and a magnet and lots of extra stuff from us at different tiers. And before we sign off,
Hmm.
I want to, our socials, before I say anything, are Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And, become a patron. We have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Why not? Why aren't you already?
Right.
Okay.
I'm actually going to remember this today.
Oh.
Next, this comes out on Monday. So it's movie
Oh.
night week.
Good job. Good job.
I know. I never remember. If you're listening to this on Monday, you have several days to join. A couple days, maybe not
Awesome.
several.
What? Now your throat is farting. It was my boobs a minute ago. Now it's your
Oh my
throat.
gosh.
It's not just me.
Okay. So since this episode has been so heavy on the gentle parenting talk,
Hmm.
I want to, and I'm not saying there is any right or wrong way to parent because we're all just surviving.
Yeah.
But two TikTok people who talk about gentle parenting in a way
Hmm.
that I like.
Hmm.
One is Destiny, spelled Destini .Ann. She's great, super
Hmm.
informative. And then there's the one that I sent you who's so funny,
Hmm.
she's like real life parenting, and she does it in a very compassionate way, which I don't even know if I would call it gentle parenting.
Yeah, she calls it gentle parenting at one point, but I mean, she also doesn't show a lot of it. She does though, because she's like, if they're hungry, feed
Right.
them.
Right.
I don't care what time of the
Which
day it
again,
is.
to me, I'm like, that's parenting in a
Yeah,
compassionate way.
I mean it is, but at a certain point, if they've eaten a whole lot and then you lay them down in bed, and they're just that they're fudging their bedtime, like they keep trying to push it back.
Yeah.
To me, there is a point where
Right.
I will cut that off. I
Right.
don't think that she will, and that's fine.
Right.
What you do in your household is okay,
Right.
and what I do in my household is okay.
Exactly. And her name is Cactus Tate. CACTUSTATE. And she's very funny.
Yeah.
So, anyways, those are two people who won't they don't seem judgmental.
No,
They're
not
good to
at all.
watch. So
No, no, no. And yeah, let me just say that I'm on board with both of these. I love both of them, and their theories. They are not picking other parents apart,
yes.
which is also very important. Parenting is hard.
It's
Let's
so
not
hard.
pick each other apart. Let's support where we can,
Yeah.
and try to keep the judgment out,
Yeah. I love it.
and tell your kids to be nice.
Yeah. Please, everybody,
Just
teach your
be
kids to be
Yeah,
nice.
teach them what it means.
Yeah.
Don't just say it, then wrap around and teach them exactly what it means.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you guys. This was informative.
Yeah. Could have been full of shit, but we said we had some things to
We definitely
say.
had some things to talk about. This
But
was
we
a
haven't.
podcast. Let's just say that.
It was. It was.
We will talk to you next week.
Stay safe, and we love you all.
La 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 la.
My boobs just farted. Did you? So weird. You hear it? Can I do it again? Hold on. Get quiet.
Oh my God.
I feel like you can't really hear it.
I heard it the
Oh, you
first
did?
time.
Oh,
I
that's
heard
funny.
it every other time
Okay.
too, but it
Well,
was
that's
just really-
weird. How do I make it stop? It's like my boobs rest perfectly on this table, and they were farting. I do have a bra on. That made it sound like I was just like sitting here naked in my bare skin. No, I have a bra and a shirt on, but for some reason,
I'm so glad you're not sitting here naked.
I know that would be so weird
It
for
would
you.
be so awkward. I mean, we're close, but
I got whatever. We'd be fine.
yeah.
I feel like that last time was a little.
Well, I've got a speech impediment. If this podcast has taught us anything, it's that.
I also feel like you said a speak impediment. You said something. You said it weird.
Well, I have a speech impediment, okay? And sometimes my words don't come out right.
Made me pee.
No,
Damn it.
I've got like too much in my mouth.
Nope, not gonna
I
touch
said
that
that
one.
like a Christopher Walken. It's really in my brain right now. Okay, I'm sorry.
Erin told me the other day our neighbor girl, little neighbor kid, new one that moved into the neighborhood, talks like Christopher Walken.
She does. She goes, "Is Penelope in your house?"
And now I like call her over just so I can hear it.
That's how she talks all the time.
Oh, I know.
Well,
oh, I know.
Penelope, she wasn't being very nice. I'm like, I know. I'm sorry. She's grounded. Who said that?
I think my boobs again. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my gosh.
They're
What
so,
is happening tonight?
they're so squeaky. Listen. It's a new debunk. Somebody hears like a like loud, squeaky but faint voice.
Megan's boobs
It's
are talking to me.
It's your boobs rubbing up against the table. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Once I was on Face. Oh, sorry.
Unfaithful. What's going
No, it's my.
Sorry, I just thought we were gonna get some juicy tea. I was like,
Oh,
who was
gosh.
unfaithful? Let's hear about this. I'm gonna write a book. It's fine. Go ahead.
I support it, but I won't read it. No, I'm just kidding.